Hello and welcome to Eriu Tarot Readings. I'm Eriu and I'm here to give you your October tarot reading. So as always, if your sun sign video doesn't give you a lot of clarity, don't worry about it. Check out your moon and rising sign videos. I do it all the time as well, watching other tarot readers, and it really does help me at times. So do that. And also to let you know about this particular reading, this is called the What Am I Doing With My Life reading. Pretty self-explanatory, folks. Let's try and get a bit of guidance. Let's try and figure it out, at least for the month of October. And if you'd like a reading with me, you can certainly have one. My details are below. Just get in contact. Now that that's out of the way, let's see how your month is gonna go. Hi Aries, and welcome to your October tarot reading, lovingly called What Am I Doing With My Life? A question I think all of us are asking at the moment. I hope it brings you some clarity. Apply it where you will. It might only be one section of your life. It may even be all of it. Love, family, work, it doesn't matter. Wherever you see it fit, wherever it makes more sense for you, then you'll know when you hear it. So let's get going. The very center card here, which is actually covered by the second position card, it's the Queen of Pentacles. Now this first position is you now. This is a great one. So I just finished up the Sagittarius reading. They had this as a final card. This is a great card in general, and with this deck I love it even more. The Queen of Pentacles is somebody who is very much in their own element, is somewhat reserved, but is very happy with the way things are going, has a very high level of contentment, understands the value of hard work and graft, and also needing to put in the effort in order to get results, because you don't get anything in this life without putting in some work, right? She also achieves, and that's how she's gotten to this point as well, that she's put in the work and she has achieved what she wanted. She, in this particular reading, which you cannot see unfortunately, but it is her sitting on a throne holding what's known as a barron. A barron is a traditional Irish instrument that is used, and it's like a drum, but it's quite tribal in nature, and it's got a really lovely earthy sound to it. When you hear it, it's one of my favorite instruments, and I love this instrument. But when I see this card with that barron in it, I see someone who dances to the beat of their own drum, and they do it effortlessly, and they don't care who's watching, and it doesn't have any ego or pride or anything attached to it. It's just someone that truly knows themselves, and especially where they've come from. They also understand the process of the journey in order to get there, that you just can't jump from A to B, but you can't jump from like A to D. You have to go through the steps in order to get where you want to be. So this is you, Aries, and a really nice position to put you in, especially for October. This may be the initial vibe that you have, or it might be an energy that you'll have for the entire month. Either way, I'm glad you have it, and I think you're very deserving of it. So the second position that we have then, which is the card horizontal over that, this is what you are afraid of. Now this is a very, very powerful card in the minor arcana, which is the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords is ruled by Aquarius, Gemini and Libra. When we pick the number 10, we know that there is a finality to something, that we are on the last page of the chapter. We're closing the book for now. It does also bring a lot of pain with it. A lot of trauma, when we have the Nine of Swords prior to that, we have a lot of sleepless nights. What we have here is someone who is just kind of mentally destroyed by it all. What you are afraid of here, Aries, this is kind of contradictory for me, even thinking about you, and even in the first card that you have. But what I think the fear here is, Aries, is that you know that things are finally coming to an end. Some things you're really happy to get rid of. You're like, see you later, don't want to know. This could even attribute to some people in your life. You're like, you know what, that needed to end. I'm glad that's over. But then with endings come new beginnings, and they can also bring their own slight anxieties with them as well, because we don't know what's around the corner. Sometimes we have an idea, but we don't really know what's around the corner. And I think that might be the fear for you, even though I feel this is quite minuscule in nature compared to the Queen of Pentacles energy that you have. I think though will be in the back of your mind the uncertainty of what's to come, and that's very understandable with any endeavour that we take on. There have been people who have said quite hurtful things about you. There have been people who have talked behind your back. There's definitely an energy I can feel like no reservations in telling you whatsoever that is an energy I've felt. You've probably felt it yourself, Aries, that there was a quiet backbiting about you. Again, be it family life, work life, or even romantic life, that maybe friends didn't always agree about the partners that you chose, but was never said to you directly. A lot of these things now, that hurt that was brought upon you will dissipate, and I'm happy to see that it will dissolve because you know it's ending. Again, the fear might also just be because we don't know exactly what's around the corner. As I said, perfectly understandable. So the third position here now, this is the card to the far left, underneath the white flower on the left-hand side. This is your past influence and how that particular influence has been beneficial to you. So what I'm hearing when I look at this is a 7 of Pentacles here, and I can hear as I'm looking at this card is, I'm just minding my own business. I'm minding my own business. I don't want to know what madness is going on with you. I'm just taking care of myself. What I would call it is shutting one's front door when we become so involved sometimes in other people's lives and we don't even mean to be, but somehow we're sucked in. We do this thing. I do this thing called shutting my front door, which is just not getting involved, not completely detaching myself, but just not getting fully involved in what people are trying to get me involved in. So with the 7 of Pentacles here, you've done that, but you've cultivated at the same time. This is about having achieved so much to this point and then having a moment of reflection on that. So if you had things in the past where it has taken your time and investment, what you've learned from that is to take that time and investment and put it into places that you actually want to see it grow in. Being a cardinal sign, a lot of other signs, not a lot of other signs, but people, I shall say in general, people will gravitate towards you because they see that leadership in you and they'll go, well, you'll help me take care of this, right? And being a cardinal sign, you're like, absolutely no problem. What are we doing? Let's fix it. But then you realize that your time and your energy goes into things that could really go into other areas that you could enjoy more. And you find that when you choose to do that, and just choose to gently not get involved in other things, we see the benefits of what we're doing here because we actually have the time to do it and we have the time to see it grow, and then we also have the time to enjoyment. So 7 of Pentacles here, what's been beneficial for you as a past influence is self-reflection and going, hold on a second, do I want to be involved in this? Do I want to be involved in this person's life? Do I want to be involved in this scenario? No? Okay, going to take care of myself. Just a very responsible, down-to-earth, straight-to-the-point card, which I really, really like for you. Now, in the 4th position, what we have, now this card is at the very bottom of the spread. You'll see it there. The 4th position is your past influence that's been of a negative aspect for you. So we have the High Priestess. I like her as a card, and to be honest, it's your only major arcana in this reading. The High Priestess is governed by Pisces and Aquarius, Scorpio. If some of you have been affected by an Aquarius, that just popped out there. But mainly it is Pisces and Scorpio. I'd also just like to add in here that I'm really sorry if you can hear a bit of construction going on. It's all go. It's been all go summer. Everyone's rejuvenating their houses. So sorry if you can hear that, Aries. But anyway, back to the High Priestess here. So we have someone of a very deep energy. It's not an energy that is like you. It's not direct. It's not going to tell you how it is. It's not going to gently command a room with its presence, but it does hold a certain presence and hold a certain amount of mystery. It's about the other side of the moon, as I say, like the darker side of the moon. When we look at the moon from Earth, we see beautiful illumination and we think, God, I love the moon. Who doesn't love the moon? But what about the other side of it? This card brings that mystery. This card brings a certain amount of secrecy to it as well. And it almost demands you to trust in the process. Because as I said before about the 10 of Swords, we don't know what's around the corner. This past influence has been negative for you. So if you have had people in your past, Aries, who have had this energy that you never really knew where you stood with them, or they held a certain amount of information back from you, this did have a negative effect on you. I think it may have given you even some trust issues. Can you really trust people when they say they're going to do this, but then they do that, or they don't say anything at all, and all of a sudden all of this comes up out of the background, all the stuff that you didn't know because they just chose not to tell you. It is also about our subconscious. If things were coming to you from your subconscious, you had intuition about, you had feelings about, and you didn't act upon it, that is saying that was actually more negative to you, because that was saying you needed to grow that area a little bit more. Aries isn't traditionally known for being intuitive, but every single person on this planet is, and we all need to let it manifest and cultivate in order to gain the answers to things that we know to be true, even if we don't have fact or even scientific fact. But this all comes from living life and learning from life. With this particular card, this high priestess isn't donned in ornate robes. She doesn't have a crown. She's actually in tatters. She's wearing rags. So she's been through it. That's how she knows these things, and that's how she went through it, so that it would allow us to actually enjoy the not knowing of some things. She also holds a book down there, which is almost like, it's almost like the book of life, but with a hint of secrecy. Because we could never ever have such a book. There's no way we could have all the answers to life, and imagine the human brain even trying to understand that. But she holds that. She's acquired that over time, but she holds that on for herself because she realizes the responsibility would be too great for humanity. And so Aries, again, the negative side of things would be involving people who have kept secrets from you. They may have thought that this was the best thing for you, that they were doing the best for you, because the secret that what they were holding back from you would have given you more harm, but they didn't realize that was actually having a negative effect on you. But let's look at the rest of the reading. So the very top of this spread, just between the two fuchsia flowers, this is the 5th position. This is what you promise to yourself. So we have the 7 of Swords here. Traditionally, 7 of Swords being about deceit, and I feel that when I see the High Priestess, I feel like you felt that you have been deceived in the past. Combine that with the 7 of Swords here, which is about deceit and in its own way a certain amount of mystery, but really with more mischievousness and ill intent. What you're promising yourself now is that you're going to look at things in a really more logical way, and you're going to communicate more when things don't feel good to you, or you don't feel like you have all the answers. You're going to state your case. You refuse to be deceived anymore. You refuse to let things just hang in the air of mystery, because that's not how you work, and you can't work to your full potential with that. That's not your vibe. So I see you doing that. I see you being even though we've got the Swords card here, I feel that earth energy of just being very diligent, and making sure that you ensure your own mental safety and clarity when it comes to being involved with someone or being involved with other people. And no doubt I feel this very strongly for you, and I feel that fire in my belly for you. So the 6th card then, this is the last one we have for you. This is the result. So the 6th position there, far right hand side, just underneath the white flower on the right. What will the result be? Well, what do we have here? 6 of Pentacles. Nice. A lot of pentacle energy going on for you. Strangely enough, no fire, but that doesn't mean that it's not there. You know, it's just a bit quieter possibly this month. 6 of Pentacles here is about the giving and receiving. So there may have been times where you felt like you were not getting that, Aries. You were probably giving way too much, and the other people or person, they were taking that. And remember, as I keep saying, this can be applicable to your job as well. If you're in team environments, because we know that that's happening a lot, people working from home, team environments, it even brings on its own different dynamic where where work can be possibly evenly distributed, but then if it's not being dealt with, you're shot an email and it's like, hey, will you deal with this? So what I see here is an equilibrium on all fronts for you. Pentacle energy, let's get grounded, let's see what's going on, and let's find a resolution, because that's what they do best. But when we have 6, we have that equilibrium, which is quite beautiful. The number 6 is about being of service in some way, in being able to bring out your nurturing side and give that willingly and freely to people. However, the 6 also reminds you to not let others decide what way your future is going to go, which is also very important. So when we talk about giving and receiving, that give and take, that push and pull, it's very representative of this particular card, but you are really the initiator of all that. Number 6 is also known as the protector card as well. So you have the ability to protect others, yet you also have that ability to protect yourself. I also see you, Aries, at the forefront of things. So I see, and I don't always get this with this card, but a performance aspect or a presentation aspect, that people will be looking for you to deliver this particular thing. And what you'll get back from them is equally as important as what you're giving out. So a huge amount of self-satisfaction at the end of this month for you, or just overall in October for you. Going through all the motions, I think this is a really lovely end card for you, and I think this is a great result for you, that it's not overly extravagant, but you finally get to be seen in the right way. And also what you've learned to get there is just as important, because you'll carry that on, never mind October, November, December, all throughout your life. All right, Aries, I hope you liked this video. If you dig what I do, please like, comment. More importantly, I want to hear how you're getting on, and subscribe. If you'd like a private reading with me, I do personalized ones as well. So you can email me. My email is below, and I'll email you back as soon as I can. Until next time, Aries, have a fantastic October, and I'll see you very soon, my lovely fire sign. Take care. Bye.